Okay, so is this working? I don't know. I don't see anything. What am I doing? Can I see something? Nope, I don't know what I'm doing. Why do I not see anything? I do not know. I don't know if anyone can hear me. I don't know anything at the moment. I do see that. No, no, no. Okay, so what am I doing? I see that Stina might be here. She might be able to hear me. Can you hear me? Oh, why is this so? Hmm. Nope. No, that's not what I want. Very interesting this. Can you hear me? There's audio. Thank you very much for that. So, well, the thing is now, I am trying something new. I'm not using StreamYard. And, yeah, things are not looking as I am expecting them to look. Because apparently I just see my own schedule. And that's not what I'm supposed to be looking at. Can I see something here? No? How about that? There we go. Okay, now I see what I want to see. Welcome. Welcome. Uh, so now I see myself, and I do believe it looks kind of what I want it to do. Do I look mirrored to you guys? Do I look like I normally do, or am I mirrored compared to the other times? I don't know. But I see Stina's in the house. You were here first. And then Suzanne's here. Hello. I'm actually trying out Streamlabs. Streamlabs, yes. And I have no idea what I'm doing. But there is things that I can play around with. I have no idea how it ended up where I'm supposed to be, but I see what I want to see. Um, so yeah, there's it. So far, so good, right? Harneal Media, hello. How are you doing? Good to see you. So this is a try and yeah, very much trial and error with this. If this works out, because well, we do have some things back. We have the little scrap basket in the corner. We do have the logo. We do have things kind of back. I have finished items. We have Nightbot in the house, so Nightbot seems to be able to find us still. That's good. Um, yeah, there's a lot of things that I need to learn. I am quiet. What happened to the audio? Well, trial and error. So is it a lot lower than usual? Because I can play around with some stuff. I didn't want it to be too much. Let's... How about this? Because there's... Yeah, there's things. Also, I can speak louder. Normally I don't. But there's also that option. Uh, I've been kind of nervous over this. You had to knock it up extra 10. Okay, because of my audio. Is it better now? Because there's things I can change, and I can probably change it more than that. Also, is there any other like background noises? Then please let me know, because I do have a little bit of music in my ear, and I do feel like there might be, like when I stop talking, you might be able to hear that, because I've realized that there's an issue with that. So maybe that's an issue. You all had to raise the volume, but now I'm slightly louder. Well, at least there's something. And I can definitely play around with audio settings later. I had turned it down a little bit because I don't know. I don't know why. Right now, we're just going to relax. I'm going to crochet for a little bit and then I'm going to talk because I feel like I'm just all over the place right now. How are you guys? Breathe for a few, then we can talk about things I finished, my plans, and there's things I want to test out here. But I'm not going to test them right now because I already messed up a little. No, I didn't mess up, but trial and error. And let's just calm down first. Wow. Just wow. I do have Coca-Cola in my glass, but I do have some pink bubbly because I figured maybe that would be a good thing to calm my nerves-ish. But we'll see. We'll see. So how is everyone? Yeah, there's definitely settings I can play around with the audio input and stuff. Yep, for sure. Well, we have Tommy Temper in the house. You have found me. How are you doing? Well, you probably found me before. We don't have any snow. I wish the snow would come back. It's just dark and gloomy outside. I'm not happy about that. That's just not nice at all, to be honest. You got snow, Tommy? Good for you. I'm jealous. I'm jealous. My mood is definitely not in a good space when it's just dark and gloomy and rainy. But it's like cold in the apartment, not cold enough outside. It's just not happy. So I am currently working on the poncho for Rita's mom. We do have quite some more made to it. I have done just today somewhere from like these I don't know what to call them. I feel like they look like a garland, like over the fireplace garland type of thing. So I have done from somewhere around here today. These rows are actually really, really fast. The popcorn rows takes quite some time though. Hello, Samantha. How are you doing? Good to see you. With the fear of sounding girly, you're doing your nails with anti-split coat. I need to do my nails. Thank you very much, Suzanne. We have the purple and we do have the like lavender colors and then into the blues. But guess what? We have the darkest blue. I have finally got the darkest blue in here. So if you haven't seen the cake before, this is what we have left to play with. We have these very bright blues and then it's like a navy blue on the outside. And this cake, I've realized, and also I've been told, I did a little video reviewing this yarn, or like first impressions, and this Saragossa, it is apparently like, I was it marbled, they said? There's not supposed to be any solids, so the outside here is marbled, there's no solid part, and also in the center there is no solid part, so it does start and end with blended colors. And that's apparently how these cakes are. Little Lego, well, hello. Good to see you. It's been a while. It is now 9:51 p.m. on a Saturday. So, yeah. Breathe. Breathe and relax. Long time no see. Indeed, indeed. I have been lurking over when I've seen you live at some point. I don't remember when that was, but I did lurk for probably a little bit ago. Yeah, I don't recall that being like the last week or so, but I did lurk I don't know. So I have seen you. Maybe I saw you more recently than you've seen me. Who knows? So I have finished. Well, technically I finished one thing Friday, but I did sew the ends today. And that would be, nope, the wrong way. This shawl over here. So that one I finished just a little bit ago. There we go. We have this Ceylon tea shawl. I need to block it, and that's it. We have a Sultan Shadow Cake going from purple to black. And I did use a little bit more than one cake. I did have to go into my scrap basket yarn for more black. Not because that I didn't have enough yarn for the shawl itself. I just wanted to have this particular round where I finished, and I didn't I could have finished it earlier with another type of border, but I do really love this spiky edge, so I really wanted to get to this particular round, and the cake was not enough for that. So I did have to go and nibble my stash, and I had plenty of black from previous shadow cakes that I have used. So that's what I did have to use more than one cake for it. But blocking will definitely enhance, seeing what the pattern looks like. You do see a little bit when I have my arm behind it here. You see the lighter spots peeking through, and you actually can see somewhat of the pattern. Definitely this is not helping as a background to show you guys, but I think you can see what it looks like. And was this number 4 or number 5 I've made of this pattern? So you might have seen me with this pattern in other colors in the past. Slightly too dark to see the gorgeous shawl. Yeah, it's not just the lighting, or it's just, the pattern itself. I think you might be able to see a little bit better like this, but blocking is definitely needed also. You do have a live tomorrow? Oh, nice. Kind of like Tuber chat. Is it tomorrow in Sweden? No, it's still Saturday. When I pass midnight, I'm in tomorrow. So it's still a couple of hours until I am in tomorrow. I have finished a Sambani for Rita's mom. If you don't know, Rita's mom is in the hospital. I had started this in the past. You probably maybe saw me start working on it, and it just, I don't know, it didn't happen to grow as fast as I wanted it to, I guess. Just so many things, and I'm not the biggest fan of making things I need to sew together, so there's that. But Rita's mom is in the hospital, and I felt like I need to prioritize. So the Sambani just needed to happen. The plan is that I'm going to go to Rita's tomorrow, and I'm going to go with Rita to visit her mom in the hospital. And I wanted to bring this for that. So this is yarn that Rita got. It was yarn ordered for Rita, sent to me while she was in Norway, so that she didn't order yarn to Norway that she'd have to bring to Sweden when she moved here. So I was just storing it for a little bit. And so there's summer sock yarn, and that's what it looks like this. And it is very evenly striped when you work it up. So we do have 2 shades of brown. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but there's 2 shades of brown. We have this darker brown and this more like golden brown. Hello, Tracy. And then we have a couple of colors of blue. We have this darker blue here. Then we have, that here you can see like a darker blue and a lighter blue, or more bright blue, I want to say. And then we have the baby blue. So yeah, that's what we have. No name yet. I did try, the eyes are actually, I don't know if you can see, but the eyes are clear. There's no color to the outside of the eye, and this is the first time I used those, because I didn't feel like the blue eyes I had worked good. The blue felt like the wrong shade of blue, because the other blue is like really, really bright, bright blue. And, well, what I like to do when I play around with yarn and colors and whatnot, I do poke in the eyes like so. And it's not the same shade of blue. It might look very similar, but it's definitely not the same shade of blue. It just looked really off. Yeah, so I didn't want to do that one. So that's why I went with those that have the clear but still not solid black. They have like just a clear part. I like that because I hadn't used them in the past, so it was a nice option to use those. But I think that will be awesome to bring to Rita's mom tomorrow. If you don't know, Rita did post updates about her mom this Monday. This Monday, it's Saturday, still the same week. So Monday, me and Mini-Me went over to Rita and her mom's. We spent the day making gingerbread cookies. Rita was just awesome as always. I came home with a Rita bag because she feels like this one is not perfect. Well, it's not perfect in her eyes. She can't sell it because she apparently put the pattern upside down. And we see something going on the screen. Do you guys see it? There was something popping up. Frosty Broccoli gifted a membership. Did you guys hear that even? And then Tracy got the gifted membership and joined as a member. And then we got another thingy-majig for that. That's a new thing. We hadn't had that in the past. Thank you very much. Let's see. Can we try and do this also? Because we haven't tried. Okay, fingers crossed. Does this work? That also worked. How did I get that on screen with StreamYard? I am no longer using StreamYard. I am trying out Streamlabs. That's what we're doing here. So that's why we had that going on. I wasn't expecting to see any of those thingies pop up anytime soon, but I really appreciate that. Thank you very much for that, Mr. Broccoli. Yeah, we have new features. There's things popping up, or supposed to pop up, with members and super stickers and whatnot. Like, I have no idea what's going to work or whatnot. We're trying it out, but yes, Streamlabs. Exactly. Back to the Rita bag, because I really need to show you guys. So, Rita made this bag, and she kept it to herself. You guys see the pretty houses on this bag, right? And she thinks this is an oopsie because on the other side, the houses are upside down. And I was like, that's a one of a kind. No one ever is going to have something similar because of this, So I was like, I would love to have a bag like that. And she's like, and I was like, well, you can put it on my wish list for Christmas or for my birthday or something. And she's like, no, you can have this one. I was like, thank you. She's just awesome. So I have a bag made from Rita, and I know there's a little Rita, I don't know, can we see it? It's her little, it has her little logo thing on there. But it's an awesome bag with big pockets, plenty of pockets, and also a rainbow zipper. You try that, but there's no way to see if it works offline. Yeah, I did. There's things you can't try. But also, how big is this? And then there's more pockets. There's pockets and pockets, and yeah, I can fit a lot in here. So I'm really appreciating this one, and I have been using it. This is my new, like on the bus bag. I did have previously the bag from Disley Sisters that I've been using like on the bus. This one. but now I have two. This is gonna be my go-to because it has more pockets, so I can put like other things in here also. This is bigger, but it doesn't feel, you know, much bigger. They're pretty similar, size like this. So yeah, I have that one. I need to prep it for when I go over to her tomorrow. And I don't know if I'm gonna be working on the shawl on the bus, because I do need to look at the pattern and I need to figure out how to get the pattern into the phone. That's probably an easy thing to do. So yeah, I probably can figure that out. I'd rather not mess too much with the cake because it's still intact, standing by itself. I know traveling with cakes do make them tangle a bit. So there's that also. You changed name on your other YouTube channel. You're gonna send a suggestion. Yeah, you do that. For sure. Why can I not relax today? I don't know. Maybe I need to find something else to have as a like on the bus crochet thing for later. You're gonna take an old man's nap? Yeah, you do that. Nice to see you. Awesome. We can talk about this. So I played around with some yarns. Just silly playing around. I don't even know what I was doing. Good night, little Lego. I have these Daily Stitch cottons. You might have seen me unboxing these like some time ago. They do not have center pull tabs. That's the only thing I so far don't like about them. Daily Stitch cotton is a cheaper version of the Hobbii cottons. It's not as, you know, the Friends cotton and the Rainbow, they are a little more expensive. So yeah, these don't have the center pull tags. That's the only thing so far that I don't really like about them. And I don't know what I was doing, but I tried to make a little square. And I don't know what I was gonna do with it. As you can see, there's no no tucking away yarn tails. I did see this on Pinterest, I think, and yeah, missing center pulls. They gotta make it cheaper somehow. Indeed. It does feel slightly like, I don't want to say fuzzy, but there's something to it. It does feel slightly cheaper. Kind of. Rita! There she is. It reminds you of Mosaic. I've only done like back posts. Rita, I showed your mom's new bunny. And I just showed your bag. The one you say is an oopsie bag. This is what the bunny looks like now when it's finished. Rita hasn't seen it yet. She only knows that I finished it and that I will bring it tomorrow to her mother. But this is what it looks like. I was a little, I'm not going to say bummed, but like the tail, I wish it was more colors on it, but we do have slightly blue on the inside of it. So yeah, that's the only thing I was like, should I redo it? But at the same time, it does look nice with the blue in the tail and the blue on the butt. So it works out. And it has more blue, or like more browns than I expected, even though there's only 2 types of brown and there's 3 shades of blue. But it feels like the brown is maybe just how it is on the bunny. We have like the big nose and then the back of the head and the tail. Because of that being all brown, maybe that's more like, you know, showing more browns that way. Because we definitely have a lot of blue. There's, yeah. But that's what it looks like. So yeah, there's that, and this is how far the poncho has worked up. I have dark blue. The dark blue is here. Just the last row. I did change color at the beginning of this row, so I have this much left until I have gone a full row of this with the dark blue. But yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. I don't feel like I'm loving it. Like, I like the colors together. This is just gonna end up in a pile. So is the yarn. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. Not at all. So what are you guys doing? It is just a little bit after 10 o'clock here. What time is it where you are at? And do you have snow? Because in that case, I'm jealous. I need some snow now. Or like a lot of snow. Yes, please, thank you. Ugh. The colors are so pretty in this one. Like, I wasn't sure of how the dark blue would be like really popping or not, but it is for sure looking good being blended in with this light blue that it has right now. We do have like a pinkish color and a blue, so they look a bit almost purpley, but it is like a baby blue color. And then we have like the rosy color and the purple lavender-esque, and they just like fade so nicely. One thing I did not know when I recorded the video that I recently released doing a little comparison of this yarn cake and like the Twister cake, Friends Wheel Multi, and Yarn Arts Flower. The fiber content is a little different. This is a 50-50 and the other ones are like 55-45. But this, like, you can't tell when you have a color change. If you have ever tried Sheepy's Whirl, you might know that they have a very big fuzzy bit when you get a color change. And in the Twister, you get a little knot between two strands. You know, the strands that just changes colors. But in this case, I don't know how they done it, but it might be a little fuzzy, but seamless. Like, I have had all the other color changes with these colors that's very, very similar. And I haven't even noticed when the color change happens, because there's nothing showing really when that happens, unless I like look at the yarn and be like, okay, this part has these strands and it does look a little bit different over here. And then, you know, the color change would be in the middle. And I like, of course I could see it when it changed to this dark blue, because it went from pink to dark blue. But when the color changes are like really similar colors, I haven't seen them. I was like, I must have changed color like 2 times by now, but I don't know when that happened, looking back at it. You were gonna take boxes to the storage, but you're too tired. And then I can wind, oh, you're gonna wind yarn, but no, you took a nap instead. Okay. You should go to the shop. You should gone to the shop, bought chicken, hot dogs for soup tomorrow, but no, go tomorrow and get milk. Sounds like you need to rest, Rita. You've had a busy couple of days. You've been busy visiting your mom. Rita is taking food to her mom at the hospital. Right. I think I started telling the story about Monday. You guys, I am so all over the place. So, I started. And then yeah. So, what happened? Rewind. Me went to Rita's Monday. Made gingerbread cookies. Rita gave me the bag. That's where I derailed. I talked about the bag. So, she gave me the bag. We had a lot of fun. Made food. hung out. It was a long day. It was just awesome. It's always awesome to hang out with Rita and her mom. Her mom made a hat for Mini-Me, and I have it here. It's so cute. It's got elephants. Like, how cute is this? And now yeah, it's awesome. Mini-Me loves it. It's yellow and white on the inside. It was just, we had awesome time, as always. I came home with Mini-Me, put her to bed, was hanging out a little bit in the YouTubes. It was the other Amanda's live stream, I want to say. Amanda from Florida, obsessive crochet lady, had a live stream, and I was there in the chat. Rita was there in the chat, and then Rita went quiet. And I was just busy crocheting, not a lot about that, and then I don't know if I messaged Rita or she messaged me first, but I got, I'm in the ER. Mom possibly had a stroke. So that was not what I wanted to hear after an awesome day over there. And it's been a bumpy ride this week. I have been very busy, and there's been other things going on in my life too, which has not been very helpful for my anxiety. That's probably a little bit why I'm all over the place today, because it's been too much. This week has been a lot. But I am going to Rita's tomorrow. We're going to hang out for a bit with Big Kid, and then I might possibly join Rita to go to the hospital if her mom is not too tired or whatnot. I might go up there, and if she doesn't want to see me, then that's totally fine. But I will at least make sure that Rita has this to bring to her, because I totally understand, like, if she's too tired, then she's too tired. Yeah, you saw it happening, so that's also a thing. Like, I think that it would probably have gone worse if it hadn't been for the fact that Rita saw it happening and made, she got professional care, like, really fast, and that of course makes it as good of a start as possible with possible scenarios, whatnot. Like, the sooner they can start treatment, the better. So that is definitely a lucky part of this, but it's a long road ahead. Just fingers crossed. I know that there's some people that pray, there's other people that just whatever. Keeping Rita's mom in her thoughts, and Rita, and just, we appreciate that. It's just been a week. It's been a week and a half. It feels like. But now things are fairly okay. I know I have a very busy week ahead of me, and I hope that will sort itself out. But I do have something else very exciting to also talk about. Yeah, prayers to Rita, for sure. Something that I really, I don't know how many times I'm gonna say thank you to Rita and her mom, because there's always something. Like, we have the hat for Mini-Me. I got a bag. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But we have mentioned it in the past, because Rita said she wanted to make me an advent calendar. And I have it. And it's way bigger than I expected, because it's there. That basket is my advent calendar. I filled it up, and I can't even put it in the shelf properly because there's stuff fallen over. Like, it's too big to even fit everything in the cubby hole, which is a lot. And I don't, like, I keep saying thank you, and she keep giving me things, and I'm so very appreciating this, and it's just, I feel like I have an extra mom. She adopted me, and she adopted my kids. We have an extra set of like grandma and great grandma. They're all numbered. They're all numbered. Here we have number 1. I know Rita said that there's a mix of things. There might be a hint of maybe a pair of like socks in one of them that she knitted. I know she ordered something. Not everything is yarn. There was something that made noises when I was like shaking it, or like I wasn't shaking it, but moving it into the basket. There was something that was shaking. There's something a little bit more flat. They're all numbered. And I am going to do my best to open one a day and record it and upload it. And I even have 24 thumbnails made so that you guys can share whatever this is that Rita has, or Rita and her mom, don't forget her mom, that they have collected and put in bags and made for me. And this is just, yeah, I'm gonna do my best to get everything up on time. Like, if there, I might have to like upload more one day if I can't record, but you know, I'll do my best to do a video a day until Christmas. And we do celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve, so there's 24. 24 is the countdown for us here. You've told me many times, but you don't know if Rita knows. Stina is really jealous that we are living close to each other. And she wishes she can be here too. And I did tell her earlier today, because we did have a little conversation, me and Stina. I was like, let's keep our fingers crossed that we can get rich of YouTube, and then we can at least like go visit each other once in a while, because that would be awesome, right? We do have a lot of fun. And Rita's a great cook. So far, I haven't been able to return the favor. Also, it is a little scary to cook for Rita and her mom because they have allergies and things, so I will hopefully get to do something, but I'm not sure what I could cook. We shall see about that. And they need to come and visit. That was also like happening soon, but now we don't know. There's a lot of things we do not know. But that's going to be really fun. Something I'm not able to do just yet, because there's still stuff to do, like setup wise in Streamlabs. I can't share my screen at the moment, so I can't show the thumbnails that are made. But you'll get to see them tomorrow, because tomorrow is December 1st. So I will be opening, where is it? That one. Number 1, because that's the one we just looked at. I get to open it tomorrow, I get to record it, and I get to use my new thumbnails. And you guys get to see it, and I get to see the first whatever is going on. I can't wait. This is very exciting. This is the first time ever I have an advent calendar that someone made for me. We do have like an advent, it's kind of like a calendar on TV. There's an episode a day for kids, and we also have a paper calendar for it. I did get one for each of the kids, and they are, there's something hiding behind the little doors that is connected to what's going on in the calendar series on TV. That's what I had growing up, and occasionally, like a few years, I did have like the chocolate one, so you get a little piece of chocolate, but I never had anyone taking the time to make me a calendar like this one. And also, this is very appropriate because Rita is the top chatter from the last live stream, which is awesome. So we get to share a little extra appreciation because she's awesome. You have double advent calendars. You get to see thumbnails and the package. Well, tomorrow you get the little extra. You do have it on TV in Denmark also. I don't know if that's a thing in other places. Is that a very like Scandinavian thing, perhaps? Rita, is that a thing in Norway with the TV advent little thing? Is it a thing elsewhere? Because I don't think I've heard anyone really talking about something like that. So maybe it's just a thing here. You have it in Norway, and it's in Denmark and in Sweden. A Scandinavian thing. You know, Norway has copied Danish adult version of the julkalender. Very interesting this year. It's going to be a little extra interesting, I think, because we have a minority people up in the northern parts of, well, Norway, Sweden, and Finland, the Sami people. And this year, the Advent calendar or julkalender is it's happening up there. So there's something, I don't know exactly what it's about, but it's Sami people and some of their like Christmas traditions, and very interesting to see what they come up with this year. There's always something different, something new. Yeah. Did you guys shop for Black Friday? I put up a poll on my community tab if you guys did some Black Friday shopping. I can say that there was some Black Friday shopping that happened. Rita decided that she needed some Stanley. So there was a Stanley purchase. And that, just like last time, there was yarn going to Rita and yarn going to me. That box ended up here. And I've been taking care of that one while she was in Norway before she moved here. And I will be going to Rita's for a little box opening at some point because, yep, that happened. But then again, if Rita wants Stanley, Rita gets Stanley. I'm just along for the ride. I may also have put a little bit of an order in at Hobby, but that's because Big Kid looked at some stuff and I decided that he might need some Christmas presents. So there's reasons for that. But that was a really small thing, so that I can make something special. Also, I should say, Big Kid is here. There's doors closed. I don't think he can hear me, but he is here. So he might disturb. I don't know. I don't think so, because he's really good at not disturbing. Usually he's totally fine with me streaming. So I'm not going to sit here all night because I do want to spend some more time with him before he goes to bed. But I'll be here for a bit. Especially, like, I wanted to try and see how this Streamlabs thing works. I wanted to talk a little bit about the Advent calendar because that starts tomorrow, and I haven't mentioned that I was gonna, well, I don't think I have mentioned that I wanted to make a video a day and let you guys see what's in that. So I wanted to let you guys know. This is kind of like a little intro for it, I guess. And for those who wasn't here, they're gonna be maybe happily surprised when they see that I upload something tomorrow. Because that doesn't happen every day. I have been pretty good though with uploading videos recently. So I'm, pat on the back for that. Okay. I'm gonna just try a little bit here and see if things work. So let's shake the scrap basket. Can we see if we can do that? I'm gonna push buttons and hope it works. Okay, so that button worked. That is nice. Good to know. And as you might have seen if you were here earlier, when we did get a gifted membership, it did pop up a thingamabob over here. And there should be thingamabobs popping up here with a lot of different things. I don't know all the triggers for it, but new members should be one of the things. Well, we did see that. Also, like super super chats and super stickers should be popping up there also. Um, yeah, there is different things that should be popping up. Awesome, nice, fun features we get to play with. That wasn't in StreamYard. I can tell you that much. This is a lot to learn. StreamYard is very like friendly to people that is new to streaming. Streamlabs and OBS, it's a steep learning curve, and there's a lot of things that has been set up that I got help setting up because I could never have managed to put all of this together to this point with the logo and the scrap basket in the corner. Hello, Kim. Good to see you. You come to my house now. I was hanging out with you yesterday. For those who doesn't know, Kim had her yarniversary or podiversary or a little bit of a celebration, and I got to join her on panel, which was awesome. That's something I should also figure out when I want to celebrate my channel birthday. Hello, Moonrose. Good to see you. How are you doing? I did have a very busy week with Mini-Me here, and I know next week is going to be a very busy week also. And, you know, we're getting closer to Christmas. There's just a lot of things to do, and my channel birthday was this week, the 26th. So I didn't get to celebrate it yet. And I don't know how we're going to celebrate it, or if we're just going to be like, okay, happy channel birthday, yarniversary, podiversary, whatever we feel like calling it, and just like it happened. I don't know. It was awesome hanging out with you, Kim. It was awesome. And yeah, there's that. So, what do we do? Do we celebrate my channel, and how do we do it? Anyone have any good ideas? I know I did have some suggestion in the past. It just hasn't worked out schedule-wise yet, so absolutely celebrate. Yeah, just hope it doesn't, when is too far away from when it actually happened. This week is going to be busy. The week after I have Mini-Me, so that's not going to happen. Will it be too long to celebrate like a month from now when we're in the middle of Christmas? I don't know. It just feels a little awkward. Hello, Gloria. Good to see you. How are you doing? Let's have a big party, Tam. Get everyone on stream, eat cake, get drunk, and talk shit. Yeah, that would be a thing, right? That's definitely a celebration. It's never too late. Yeah, I need to figure something out. I did think about having like a giveaway for once. I don't do giveaways because it's just not easy to ship things from Sweden. Baby, hello, good to see you. Do that when I have the time. You told me that so often before. Well, maybe I have done that. Maybe I have done that. Sounds like something I would say. I have decided though, if I do some type of celebration, I will be giving something away that I made. Like a shawl or something. Because we know I have things, And I would like to do something special. Because that would be special. There's only a few people that have things that I have made. And it would feel like that would be like the ultimate prize. To actually get your hands on something I made. Yeah, let's finish this row. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. I'm guessing I'm supposed to turn my work. You'd even come out of streaming retirement for that party. That would be something, wouldn't it? Just hanging with me as a prize? Well, thank you very much, Kim. That is really sweet of you. I am on row something something. I just did front post for a whole row after shells. Because apparently, well, I did restart my computer, so I have to scroll down to where I was in the pattern. So that's the front post ones. And, oh, okay, I can definitely do this row while I am streaming. It's not too much to read and too much to count. But there's a big risk of making mistakes. Okay, let's see. Turn my work and slip stitch. If I feel like this is not working out, we are going to figure out what I'm going to do. Well, maybe we can do that anyway. I need something that I can crochet on the bus. What should I crochet on the bus? Is it time to whip out a new cake? Because we have plenty of cakes in everywhere here. Is that what we're doing? Getting a new something something on my hook that is easy to work on on the bus. Because I have no idea what I would do. Do I have something that I need to do? Like any Christmas presents? I just turned my head, you guys. Okay, it's in here somewhere. So, we know I have baskets full of friends, right? Where is Froggy down? I got Froggy between my knees. I have this one. Do you spot neon green or neon yellow cake behind me? Are we talking about that one? That would be a Halloween limited edition. And I have 4 of those. So if I'm making something with those, it's going to be all 4. If that's the one. Or are we talking about that one with green in it? Because that's also something that's got green in it. That's the one I got from you, I think, Sina. Further down... Neon green further down? Lucky Frog. I'm guessing that's the one you mentioned. The further down one. Further left. My right. Where would it be? The one with the white in the center. Yeah, that one. That's a special precious one. I don't think I'm ever gonna use that one. Maybe not. Like that's the 3 yarns over here. Those 3. That's from the Sew and Craft Fair. These are gifts from Rita and her mom. And in particular, that one with the green, her mom picked it. And so that one's extra precious to me. So I don't know if I'm actually ever gonna use that because that's a special one. Back to eggplant. Rita knitted me one. I have a knitted Rita made eggplant to go with my own made. So I have another eggplant. Funsies. She was making Santas, and this she made them like white hat Santa and then like a beard or something. I don't know exactly how she did them. I was like, you could make an eggplant in that pattern, and with this little like, I don't know, it's a little cute knot thing on it. Just, I don't know, it looked funny. I was like, yeah, that's an eggplant in the making. Just so I have that. I have another extra eggplant made by Rita. You can get a close-up look of the cake. Let's hope that the light isn't too bad. There we go. We got a very pretty cake with a flower on it. But yeah, this one is, that's a keeper. Oh, yeah, yep. So, if we're thinking something on the bus that I could do easy peasy, what could that be? I'm thinking, like, I have plenty of shawls. Do I need another shawl? I do not know. I do have this yarn, and I did start something. I don't even know what I started. I started something. I have said that I want to make a shawl for myself in this gray, black, sparkly universe. Where do we have it? Universe. And I haven't found a pattern for it. So, any suggestions of a pattern that does look good with color changing yarns like this? Because I don't want it too busy, like a pattern might disappear when you have too much going on. So I want, like, I don't want to say a simple thing, but I was thinking about making, where do we, like, if I do something like this, we have a lot of things going on in this pattern. There's a lot of holes, there's a lot of ridges, there's a lot of different things, and this just looks so much better in like a solid color or like an ombre like this, with color changing yarn that is this busy. It's too much, right? I was thinking for a bit like a virus shawl perhaps, but I was like, is that too boring? I don't know. You made the I-core shawl with Universe. Takes 2 cakes. If I want to make it wider, maybe 3 would make it long enough. I do not know what the I-core is. A virus shawl? Okay. Kim, don't get like choking or something here, because okay, this is my rack of shawls, or some of them. There's a virus or 2 on here. Here we have a virus. Let's get that one out. Do I have another virus here? I do have another virus. And I've also tangled myself in the cord, which we know I do. So here's another virus shawl. I think that's the viruses on here. So, yeah. They're there, and they look like this. So, Stina might recognize this one because she gifted me this cake. This is a Stanley cake. But this is a virus shawl. And to me, it looks like we have owls. Do we see the eyes? Like eyes and a head and wings. To me, it looks like owls in the center. Hello, Jonathan! Crossover Paranormal Society in the house. How are you doing? Good to see you. So this is Candy. Yes, Candy from Stanley. We have mint to lavender to like fuchsia something and dark purple. You need a poncho in that pattern. There is ponchos in this pattern. I would not be surprised if you can find Bag O' Day that made it, or check out Fiber Spider. Fiber Spider has done some stuff in, I want to say that he made a virus blanket, even. And then we have a Halloweeny, or more of a Halloweeny type colorway. We got orange to gray to black. So you are in the, like, you really seem to like ponchos, is that right? I have a poncho on my hook for Rita's mom. I do have a poncho that I made with 2 cakes of Twister. Do I have another like poncho thing? I don't think I have any other ones. But I do have this. And it is kind of square. Like this. We have a square neckline, but I can also flip it around so it is triangular. But it has 4 corners. So one cake is this teal color going down into the purple. That is one Twister cake. And then there's another Twister cake that goes from the purple down to the black. And the purple is a perfect match. So you get a seamless blend for this one. Yes and no. Okay, so this is based on the Kriya shawl by Tina, the mosaic queen from Iceland. So I have made a bunch of Kriya shawls, and it's the same type of pattern. Like yeah, I made it like I would make the shawls, but I made it into a poncho, and I did add, so I do have 4 corners. So when I started it, it's fully rectangular, but we do have a rectangle center. So I can also flip it around so that I get a V-shaped neckline, but I will also have like a point going out on my arm, or on both my arms, like so. So it is a little bit of a different one. Just, I can imagine doing like any type of square blanket, just not making the center. And you can probably get something very similar to this. Must make it. Okay, so you are a fan of ponchos. I'm happy to inspire. But 2 cakes of Twister yarns is this, and that's Twister from Hobbii, if you did not know. I think one is called Weightless, and what could the other one be? I don't know. But yeah, a teal to purple, and then purple to black. And I think it's really like fun to have the versatility to either have it with the square neckline or flip it around. Well, yeah, the triangular or the square neckline, depending on what mood I'm in. Because I do like square necklines on things like tops and whatnot. And then you get this hanging out on the side with the arm, you know, like so. Queen of ponchos. Well, I have quite the selection of shawls, so I guess that's my thing. Shawls and some wearables. I want to say I've done more ponchos than this, but this is apparently the only poncho I have hanging on my rack here, so maybe I need to make more. I do have plans to make another poncho, also using 2 cakes of Twister. Possibly 2 cakes of Friends Wheel Multi, because I do have, let's get them. We have this color combination, or this color combination. Well, I could do both, right? You guys can just chill like that for now. So there's nothing saying I can't do both of these into ponchos. We have this, where we have red to like gold to green, and then we have gold to green-ish. I would start in the center of this one, going out to the green, because the green and the green is a perfect match. So it would be gold to green to green to gold to red. Would be that version. And then I have, and this is harder to see, I have these 2, where you have blue to, well, through a bunch of blues, but we have a purple. It is a very, it's not easy to see that it is very purple in the center, but there is a purple in the center, right? And then we have this, this one looks like a papaya to me. We got yellow and orange and pink, and we do have the same purple. So this center purple and this center purple is the same, which means I can get something from yellow, well, yeah, from either outside of these and then switch in the purple and then go the other way. So this could also be a poncho or something, you know, we'll see if it turns into something else. But I do have, I even have a pattern in mind for these. Beautiful color yarn, thank you. You're gonna leave us now? You got an early morning tomorrow, Stina. I'm always happy to see you here. It's awesome. It's awesome. You have fun tomorrow. Yes, and also, Sweden is what you write in the chat for Nightbot to drop your link. Um, there's a lot of things that I keep forgetting. Um, just like thumbs up, I really appreciate that, and please remember to subscribe and all of those things. Denisha, hello, welcome in. You're gonna have fun tomorrow. What are you gonna do tomorrow, Stina? Is it your other type of whatever? It's your earplugs or whatever yeah, the pew pew stuff. Yes. You love my headband. Thank you. Something you don't see. I did arrange some of my headbands today. You want to laugh? I have a basket that I had all my headbands in. This basket is this big, right? I had all my headbands in this. There's still some in here because I couldn't fit all of them on the headband stand. We already knew that before I moved. I did have this headband stand and it was full. And I did put some stuff up on this. So this is my headband stand, you guys. This is what it looks like now. It's full. The basket is still has things in it. I need more of these, okay? They are on my Amazon wish list. Link in below, but yeah. I clearly has some headbands. I think there's still some that I haven't used on the streams yet. But then we have a bunch of them that I reuse. Like these ones I've had so many times in the past. It's been a while since I used the sparkly ones though. The headband stand would work wonders for you. You have headbands also? It started out with me thinking that my headset is ugly. I think I have those here. So I made my first one, and then it just started with there and kept going. First bunch of live streams, I was wearing this that I made out of chenille yarn with like things in it, honey bunny candy. So I made this one, and I still have headband plastic thingy so I can make more. I did make another one, and I think it's in here also, because that one's big and chunky. It does take quite some space, and it's not very comfortable to wear when I have the headset on, because it's a little bit too big. But we have also honey bunny candy, and a solid color here, and some purple center. We got bunny ears. We got my halo. Some people think I lie when I put my halo on, but I have a halo, you guys. It's not always choking me. The horns are up on the headband stand. Very much more appropriate. If you know me, you know me, and yeah, I have a headband with a horn, and it's not lying. So this is possibly 2 ponchos in the making. That's not what we're making today, though. You have stretchy headbands and banana clips. Ooh. Hello, Elaine. Good to see you, too. How are you doing today? Now it's a mess up there. So, okay, I don't even know. I don't know what we're doing. Possibly something for this. What else could we be doing? I'm just thinking, over there, there's nothing I want to bring on the bus. There's nothing over there that I can bring on the bus, because that's pretty much just scraps, whips, that is kind of forgotten. We probably have to look at the things over, here, like new yarns. Those are some pretty yarns. Yes, I love my yarns. You are lazy, still in turkey coma. Where are you going on a bus? Well, tomorrow I will be taking the bus over to Rita's. And then hanging out at Rita's. I might be crocheting off for a little bit over there. Good night, Rita. I'll see you tomorrow, sweetie. And then, like, the bus trip home, of course. So I do have about an hour going there and an hour home-ish. A little bit more. I have to transfer buses also, but yeah. So what could we do? Like we could do something with those, because that is an option. Let's get some of these cakes back up here to look decent again. Or decent, you know, less messy. Things have been falling over here, and I haven't done anything to fix it in a bit. Clearly, behind there is, well, we could get some other cakes out too, because I have some other cakes. Well, or not. Yeah, there's some of these cakes that's earmarked for other projects, but is there anything here we could use? We could use this one, I guess. Yarn down. Yarn avalanche here. We could do something with this. The other ones have purposes, or not purpose in that way. Like, I have duplicates of some yarns, and therefore I want to do something larger. Like, I have 4 of one color. I do already have a project with this over here that also looks like this. Yeah, I'm tangled. So that's one of the cakes that we were seeing over there, but I am currently working on a project with these, so they are for that, but they can still be on display and look pretty, right? I'm very lazy when it comes to the dress I'm making out of this, because technically I just need to try it on and see if I need to start increasing for, you know, the hip area. We can look at it. I think most of you have seen it. Nothing more has happened to it. We have this, the sleeve is not going to be longer or anything, but this is what it looks like, and then I have, you know, I need to increase for hips and stuff. So we have purple to pink, and then pink to purple, and I will keep on, you know, alternating between the cakes. I have a total of 4 cakes, and my plan is to make it a long dress. So that's what we have so far, but I just need to try it on, and then I can possibly, or then I can continue working on it. And I still need to put in the elastics in this. I did get some elastics to put in this one, the shorter dress, because I wanted some, like, I want some elastics up in here to just singe it in a little bit. But we have, this is what it looks like. It's kind of like mid-thigh-ish. And I guess I turned it the wrong way, because we do have the drawstring with the little heart gem thingy-mabobs. So I need to finish this one still, and sew in yarn ends and stuff. Where were we? There. Leftovers are your favorites. Your dinner is Thanksgiving leftovers. I bet you guys have a lot of turkey leftovers now. You ride the bus all the time. Sometimes it's a long ride, sometimes it's a short. I do take the bus very often. It's very convenient. And I am in Sweden. We do have very good communications and public transport here. So it's definitely, you know, a good thing here. That is gorgeous. Thank you. Elaine's going to have leftovers again tonight. Very pretty. You're all out of pies. Well, that's... I'm guessing you want more pie? Sad face. A bucket list item for you is a train ride across Sweden. Well, if you come to Sweden, come visit. Please come visit. Yeah, there's definitely room to come visit here. Because, well, I might not have a lot of yarn, but feel free to come and pet my yarn. I'm just, you know. We were looking at yarn cakes that I could do something with. I did get this out. I don't know why. This is the same yarn that I made snaily. Snaily might become a new friend to a lot of you guys. But we have Snaily. Sweet potato pie. I don't think I've ever had sweet potato pie. All the yarns on that shelf is... I don't say I have plans for it, but I have ideas and thoughts, and yeah. They are separate because it's different. Behind here, we do have yarns I could do pretty much anything with. Not the top one with the green, the center though. What we cannot see, we have black to gray shadow cake. We do have a tealish minty green to a more tealish dark green ombre azalea cake. Halloween cake with purple, black, and gray. Same cake as I used for my hot as lava dress with like sunsetty yellow, orange, pink, purple, black, Halloween twist. Like I don't know what yarns I could do something with. Oh, volcano is still erupting. The volcano on Iceland is still erupting, so we do still have eruption volcano mode on my little volcano. Perhaps it's time to do something with this one. I have looked at this one so many times in the past. I have started with it a couple of times. Oh, right, I had those. I did get those down. Because they're not really special ones either. So, we do have this. As you can see, I have used it and twisted it back up. But we have just minty colors. You love sweet potato pie. How long did it take to make a snail? I want to say I made it in a week. Because in the past, I did live streams every Sunday. We had some fun on Sundays. And every week I made a new friend of the week. Possibly it took me 2 weeks, but then I had something still as a friend of the week for the Sunday. So no longer than 2 weeks, but I want to say within a week. That's why we have like most of my little friends here. We have, well, the snail does have a giant pickle. Still up for debate. Should we put snail trails on the pickle? Yeah. Funsies! We do have the unicorn, seahorse. That doesn't look, or it didn't look like a seahorse in the beginning because it looked like something very different before we put the fins and things on it. And also before the horn and before I curled up the tail. But this is like friends of the week from the past. We do have the hammerhead shark. That did look like something totally different before I put the fins on. Like, why does everything look like something else before I put the fins on? Don't know. But friends of the week has been a thing of the past, and I really want to pick that back up because I did say that the plan was to pick it up after I moved, and then, figuring out schedule. When do I have kids? When do I not have kids? When can I stream? That has been tricky. And now I still want to get back to like the friends somehow. I just don't know how. We got Jessica the Frog. You miss Sundays. Oh, I missed the Sundays. I really miss them too. The snail trails on the pickle. It's hilarious. It is. Look at that hammerhead shark and the unicorn. We do have some fun member things here. We do have a little yarnicorn emoji. Like, I do have some fun emojis just because of all the fun stuff that's been going on here. We do have a snail, and we have emotional support pickle, and one of the favorite ones, we have a yarn barf. And there's a couple of more really fun emojis over there. So that is something my members get to play around with. Just saying. Elvis the turtle. Another friend of the week. Like, this whole basket is pretty much full of friends of the week. The blowfish, because it's a blowfish. It's a very derpy blowfish. And it's sparkly. Well, yeah, we got eggplants, and we got leeks. We got carrots. And bananas. Like, all sorts of shapes that is, you can see it many ways. But we're all adults here, and we're silly. Or at least I am. And if you don't feel silly, then you might be in the wrong place. A pocket pickle. I'm so talented. Thank you very much. We have a snail with googly eyes. Another snail. A bunch of eggs and ice cream. But, like, we have a goddess statue. And then we have a frosty broccoli. I miss making friends of the week. I did have plans to make more carrots in different sizes. There's just... Where did the time go? I don't know. And not just time. It's just like... Oh, I still have... desk full of friends here. I really want to figure stuff out. And you guys, I love hanging out. It just a little bit frustrating sometimes. And it feels like I'm repeating myself saying all of this again and again. Like, I want to be better. So, with that and my plans of making, like, the advent calendar, opening one a day and trying to, like, make a video every day until Christmas, that is really gonna be... It's gonna be a challenge. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be a challenge for me to get a video up every day. But I'm looking forward to opening them, and I really want to share. So, it's... yeah. I hope I can do it. You messed with a yarn bar for 3 hours straight yesterday and another hour this morning. Now you're gonna give it a rest for a couple of days, so it's still a yarn barf? Oh, I feel sorry for you. Something to avoid yarn barfs with these cakes, if you have to frog, wrap them up. Don't just make a mess in a pile while frogging. Wrap it back up as you go. Otherwise, you have a mess on your hands with these ones. That's for sure. So, I did get 5 cakes out to figure out what to do on the bus. We did get minty, sparkly. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Might not want this one, so we put that to the side. We have yellow center with some pinkish, I want to say it's almost mauve. Could that be the thing? Yellow, pink, mauve, almost rusty, and then a wine color, perhaps? I only have an hour and a little for the bus, and then I have to go back the same way, but I need a bus project because I go on the bus often, so it's definitely not going to be worked on more than that, I want to say. So yeah, that one, or we have, is it pink in the center? Pink, lavender, baby blue, a little bit of a more vibrant pink, and then maybe a purplish purple color. Or is the center more cream? It could be cream, cream, lavender, baby blue, pink. And it's definitely more of a purple than it looks on the camera. Well, maybe this. Yeah, this looks better than here. It looked more pink. So that could be an option. That could be an option, or just this one. or whenever I figure out whatever pattern this wants to become. I think that's what I have to play with for, like, because these projects that I have like on the go, that I have like on the bus, doctor waiting room, they usually turn out to be like simpler projects. It could be a virus shawl, it could be a Kriya shawl, it could be granny stitch. I do not really like granny stitch, so that is not as likely, I want to say. Do I have it on there or do I have it elsewhere? I do have a blue. Where did I put the shawls? Is the blue granny here? Possibly. Let's get this thing again. So I do want to say that I possibly only have one granny. Yes. And it's blue. That's the only granny stitch shawl I have of these ones. I do have like an older one, acrylic, that I made like a long time ago. I do have my own patterns. A couple. I have not published many patterns, but I do have a couple that I need to write down. But I don't know what I should be doing on the bus. There's the derailed, my own pattern. We got some sparkly shawls here too. Like, do you see the colors? Do you see the sparkle in this? You're the only person you know that can walk and crochet at the same time. Yes, I can do that. You love green, so the green gets the automatic vote from you. You can also walk and crochet. That's awesome, Denisha. It is a bit of a talent thing to walk and crochet. I do have the scarves I've been... Okay, let's not tangle myself up too much. Can I reach them? I do have scarves that I did like practice walking, crocheting with different type of stitches. So that's, you know, walking back and forth to daycare. I made a couple of scarves with these like very flowery petal vibes. I think the other one might still be over here in this pile. I don't know where the other one is though. Is it here? Yes, it is. That one has more my colors. The other one, we have greens and purples and teal or a little blue. So, yeah, it's kind of almost like a garland. You would for sure run into something. You're too clumsy to do that. Yeah, practice definitely is the thing for this. I did make this long scarf garland type of item just because it's so much easier to make something that doesn't drag on the ground but isn't becoming too big and heavy. And with these very big holes, it was really easy to just like poke my finger in, have it hang from my hand. When it got a little longer, I could just like fish up another hole, and I had, you know, a little bit hanging off there as I was walking and crocheting. So that's a little bit of why I picked this pattern in particular, because it just made my life easier in that way. But yeah, this is definitely more my colors. And I should definitely make more of these if, you know, walking practice crochet is, you know, we're getting into winter. It's cold. I need gloves. There's no walking and crocheting with gloves. That is not happening, unfortunately. Yeah, we're putting this one back up on the shelf. We don't want that one. It's not talking to me right now. I have some leftovers of this Christmas yarn. I need to do something with this at some point. Don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm feeling the Christmas vibes now. So I might do something soon with that one. And then I do have a Christmas, I want to say a doily or something, table runner, that I will be making out of this yarn. But Rita has the same yarn. We do have the same colorway of these cakes from Stanley. So we said that we're going to do the same pattern and make a little like crochet along with these two. So we haven't found the pattern yet. But definitely some Christmas fun stuff with that one. The sparkles is actually like iridescent in this. I don't know if you can see it. It does look green on the green and more red on the red, but that's because it's like translucent and iridescent. So it's like kind of see-through, picking up the colors of whatever the color is underneath it, which is awesome. I do like the plastic wrapped cakes I do have from Stanley hanging out behind here. Right. Okay, I have another option of something I could do on the bust. But that will be... Oh, right, that's what I have behind there. That will be for another time. You like sparkle, Denisha? Then you might like my pumpkins. I have sparkly pumpkins. I have a trio of pumpkins in sparkly yarn. So we have the small pumpkin with silver and purple. And then pumpkin number 2, we got the silver and the orange rust color. And then pumpkin number 3 has orange and purple. And they're sparkly. Just because why not make fancy sparkly pumpkins? Just a little extra something. There's pumpkins all over the place because it's pumpkin season. Or, well, I guess the pumpkin season ended now. I do have some more sparkly cakes. I don't think I'm gonna dare to touch these. I'm probably gonna make something out of them eventually, but they're just so pretty as they are. This blue has like a purpley lavender center. So it's not a light blue, it's more of a lavender. Light lavender. But it looks like like the sky and stars, or like, yeah. And this is more of like sunset. This one has gold sparkles and this one has silver sparkles. But they're fancy. You might be able to tell I like sparkles. There are some sparkles up in the corner there, but you cannot really see it. Let's see. Can we... Why didn't I do this earlier? We can do this. Maybe we get to see... There we go. Why didn't I do that earlier? Those are sparkly. Oh, wait. Those are sparkly. And the gray is sparkly. Okay. I didn't think about the lamp today. Clearly. It's all good though. You can see it now. Is there anything talking to me? I don't know. Don't know.
I need to figure out something, otherwise I'm going to be bored on the bus. Maybe I'll figure something out tomorrow, and then that's what it is, you know? Oh, and what I'm looking at right now is the totes above. If there's any other yarns up there that might be talking to me, because there's yarn up there too. Echo? Is there a bad echo? Or worse? Or what? Why did we get an echo? What happened? Hmm. Is it still there? So how about now? I'm trying here, okay? So and now any difference? Better. Okay. Awesome. See, there's definitely things to figure out. Just weird that that just happened from nowhere. I get an echo. Oh well, echo gone. Maybe we're gonna learn something at some point of how things are working out because well, I know what I did, but I didn't do anything to cause the echo. So, hmm. Curious to what happened there. Oh well. Not gonna think too much about it right this minute. Echoes happen. It's the nature of live streaming. Well, I did change one thing, so maybe it's not gonna happen again. And I do know that the room I'm in is like echoey by itself, which isn't really helping. If I already have an echo to start with, it's not gonna get better if I have like live stream echo things or like, you know, software issues. But yeah. Thank you guys for letting me know, so that I could fix it like as soon as possible at least. Maybe not gonna happen again. Well, we'll see. We shall see. Oh, apparently I did something over there. That's what we did. Yeah. Uh, uh, uh. Well, I'm gonna do that. And then I'm gonna do this. Did we shake the scrap basket yet? Do we have anyone sleeping in there? Thank you guys for lurking, if you are lurking. Because I can, okay? This one is saying something. I don't know what it's saying, but I think it's gonna go in my bag for tomorrow. Yeah, that's what I think. I'm not feeling these because they are not telling me what they want to become. And like I have a bunch of shawls. I couldn't just as well make this into like a dress for mini me because that's, you know, this is definitely possibly a girly dress or a girly top. This is fall and it's not really my colors. So, I don't know. They're pretty, but they're not talking to me right now. So, back they go. I have been thinking about like what am I gonna do with all my cookies? Because I like to play with these. They are really soft and squishy. And I did kind of fall off the... it's over here. The blanket I started to make that I need to figure out the continuation of the mosaic blanket that is currently just looking like this. I only stopped because I kind of know what I want it to look like, but I kind of wish I made it wider. It's kind of a little frustrated that it's not like I would like it wider than it is, like a repeat or so. So I guess that's a little bit why it's not happening, because I'm not really like 100% dedicated to it, and that means I don't know. Maybe I'm just gonna leave it as it is and have it as a sample. But that's also the cookie yarns. You can see all the pretty colors, like the greenish brown and the blue, and more of the like white gray color on the front. You can't really tell that the holes here in the mosaic is the green and brown, perhaps, but you can see it on the back. You look forward to see what I make. Well, so do I. I never really know. I have a bee on the floor. Why do I have a bee on the floor? I have a fluffy little bee. Mini-Me has well, we see that we have a little bee with an eye and a cheek, and then the other eye is poked in. I don't know why Mini-Me poked it in. You can kind of see that it was there, but it's on the inside here now. So we have a one-eyed bee, and it looks like it's been stepped on, and it's poor little bee. But she gets to play with it. For those who doesn't know, she's 4.5, so stuff happens. Especially if you're a bee and you're squishy and you are all over the place. What do I have here? That's my small cotton yarns. Well, maybe I should just dump some more cotton yarns in there because they don't need to be on my desk anymore. Yeah, they don't need to be there. I did get this out. I did have this on the bus when I went to Rita's Monday because I was thinking about making a blanket out of this, and I haven't found the pattern for it. What you see here is just a little bit of a cake. You might be remembering that I started to make a mermaid tail blanket for Mini-Me that I frogged because I didn't like how it turned out. But it was supposed to be one that looks like a fishtail, you know, with the mermaid fin and then just a blanket, like almost like a sleeping bag. I just didn't like it. So I do have, well, this is just a small bit of it because I was color controlling a little bit with color changes, and there was like a factory knot or something. I don't know. But we have a couple of shades of teal, a couple of shades of pink, and this is Horizon Premium Acrylic. And I have 4 cakes, but as I said, this is just part of one cake, so the cakes are a bit bigger. I don't know what type of blanket I will make out of this. I have been eyeing the 6-day star blanket, that possibly could be what this wants to become, but I don't know. But I want to say that's a strong contender for that yarn, because I want something fairly, I don't want to say fairly simple, but we have a lot of things going on with the colors, and with patterns that is more detailed, it is easy to have the pattern get lost with all these color changes, and then you know, with a lot of colors, you need more simpler things. You think it will make a nice star blanket? I hope so. I have not really been a fan of blankets that has weird shapes. And to me, like round and stars are a bit weird shapes. I have made a star blanket in the past, but that was not that star blanket. It's just pretty much double crochets. Um, I don't know if it's an 8, 9, 12 point star. I don't remember, but um, it's here somewhere. I think it's in that tote. We have a tote with shawls, and then we have, yes, so here's it's a baby blanket that I made that is star shaped. And I don't know, it's just, to me, it's a weird shape to have a star, because it's just, I don't know, how do you use a star or a round? I don't know. It's just different, and I think that's the thing. I'm not used to it, so it's different, right? But it is a nice size baby blanket. And this is a cake and a half of chickpeas whirl in melted macaron. I did have 3 cakes of this colorway, and I did make another blanket first, and this is the leftover. So the other blanket is a squared baby blanket that used a cake and a half. And I want to say this is like Anna's tail or something. So this is the first baby blanket. I want to say this is like the first baby blanket I ever did. But I don't know if that's totally true, because I might have made one baby blanket before this. Like is one or like this is number 1 or number 2 or something. And the original designer has this exact colorway, but she did have a solid blue cake to go this bit, where I used the same cake again but in reverse. So the original one would be like solid blue. Other than that, it's the exact same colorway. So I made this one, and then leftovers turned into the star blanket. So that's the only star I've made. And I have made dresses. Why, I also have a dress in the making. But technically you could say that this is a star because, well, you see the star shape, right? But this is the dress skirt. So it really flares out when you twirl around. I'm gonna do something like I'm gonna be right back for a few, because I didn't realize what time it is. I'm gonna put my big kid to bed. That's what I'm gonna do. So I'll be right back. And apparently I don't know what I'm doing. Switching around and causing issues. But I am back. Big kid needed to go to bed and he wanted a hug. So we took care of that. Back to the dress. Back to the dress. This is Abigail Abigail fairy dress. But we have all these star-shaped points. So when she spins around, it really twirls. This is also two cakes. A dahlia cake and a shadow cake. You can see the transition between the two cakes here. They're very similar, but it's not the same. So I figured it worked pretty good together, even though it's not a seamless transition like I have in a lot of my other makes. But that's another star shaped or like pointy thing I've done. I have not done any chevron blankets. I have another of these dresses in the making somewhere. I don't know where that one's at the moment. But that's pretty much like the star shaped stuff I've done. So therefore I guess it would be kind of nice to make this into a star blanket, I guess. I don't know. Just for the fact that I could make it. Rosie Posey! You just came home from Santa Claus parade with your son. You've been drinking hot chocolate and going to do some Christmas decorating. That is awesome. That is awesome. That sounds like you had a great time. What color is that? Are we talking about the dress or are we talking about this one? Or what color of what? Because now I was all over the place. Are we talking about the dress? This one. This is Hobie Horizon. Horizon in a color. Do I have the labels of the other ones? Let's see. I might have a label on one of them, and I might have. Yes, I do have one that is looking like it's supposed to. I have used them and I have frogged them, and I'm not in the mood to drop them on me, but hey. Oh, I caused issues. Okay, I was trying to be lazy, and that bit me in the back. Like, a lot. Because it... that fell apart. Just drop it on the floor, and I have yarn barf to untangle tomorrow. Well, I will probably have. But I'm not gonna make it worse, so let's just look at it like this. Hey. It is Horizon 100% premium anti-pilling acrylic and colorway 15. And now I managed to get something else. But it does look more like this when it's not yarn barfing. Good thing I have a cake winder because it looks like I'm gonna need it. Like, wow. Just a wow. Uh, I can only laugh at this. There's no other way of dealing with this than laughing at it. Because this is just my week. Like last week, I had the plumber here 3 times. I talked about it. I was live. I talked about all the issues with the plumbing and all of that. You can and this week has been a lot. Rita's mom in the hospital, just a busy week for me overall. Next week is going to be busy and this icing on the cake, you guys. Uh Where's my cake winder? It's up there. Thanks for that. Because yeah, for sure. That's what we have this emoji for. Ah. Oh. So yeah. Good thing I know how to recake cakes. I have done it several times in the past. So, I'm gonna put this down gently somewhere over the rainbow, perhaps. Um, I think this is a good spot. Right there. No touching that until I'm actually gonna cake it, because otherwise it's bound to have issues. Oh, I do see that I have another star shape. I have a doily. That is actually star shaped if you look at it. So I have done something else star shaped. That is actually like star shaped. There's probably some other doilies in here, but they're not like technically star shaped in that way. Right, I did a bunch of these coasters. They are in here too. My sunflower coasters, a bunch of hats, another type of star though, a pot holder. You'd ball it up so it didn't drive you crazy? Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna do that. Definitely gonna do that. That's probably the worst yarn barf I've ever had, to be honest. Um, that I caused. I have had in the past, like when you get other people's leftovers in just a bag full of leftovers, they will be very tangled up. I have had that in the past that I tried to untangle. Minimi's dad helped me a lot with that. He is really a lot better when it comes to untangling things. So he was my personal untangler for quite some time. But yeah, there's now I have to do it myself. Um yeah. That's it's just laying there and it's looking at me now. Um You're talking to your son and just now we both said Soya at the same time. Jinxed. Just falling out of the cake like it did, because it really just fell out. Yeah, it's not too bad. Not at all. The cake winder is too noisy. I can't do that while I'm talking to you guys. So that's not gonna happen even though it's staring at me. I was like, should I just cake it up right now? But it is noisy. It's probably not the noisiest thing ever, but it's a noisy Knit Pro, just a cake winder. And it's squeaky. Yeah. Nope, we're not gonna squeak us to insanity. It can stay there for now. Uh, 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 uh. Uh, uh, uh. So, I said I wasn't gonna be here all night. I don't know. Is it time to wrap it up? I need to get up early in the morning. Is that Knit Picks ball winder? Yeah, no, Knit Pro. It says Knit Pro on it. Um, but I'd say overall we had a decent stream. Not too many hiccups with Streamlabs. One yarn cake that decided to say night night. Yeah, I can't say that it was the worst thing ever. We've had worse live streams. Oh, we did have the echo issue also. Awesome. Yeah. Pretty okay. For sure, pretty okay. Just... Okay. And then I did figure out some stuff. So there's also good. We're learning here. It's a learning curve for sure. The one you got from Michael's, you fight a lot. You got a dinner tray, so you think that'll help? Like a ball winder? You fight with it, so... like, in what way are you fighting with it? I don't know why mine is squeaky, but it is what it is. And I wouldn't say it's too bad. I don't want to, like, tighten it too hard, because it feels like I'm gonna break it when I just keep twisting on the... you know, the clamp thing on the table. It does have like a rubbery part here, but it just feels like I am tightening it too much. And it's like, I'm gonna make dents in my table where I attach it to. And at the same time, it's like starting to move once in a while. So it's like, I'm destroying my table here, and you're still not tight enough. It's all used air, so you give it another shot. Let's do this. I'm gonna go and check something. So I'll be right back again. And there. So yeah, check in on things sometimes is needed. Apparently, I needed to tuck him in again. He's 13, but he needs to be tucked in. It's all good, right? But that also means that I could stay for a bit longer. It was a nice interlude. Thank you. I have some cute little videos. There's a few things I have. Tricks up my sleeve that I get to use once in a while. But yeah, we did not figure out what I'm gonna do with going on the bus, and it is what it is. So gonna crochet on this poncho for a bit, even though I said this is gonna be the tricky row. Well, it's not a tricky row. I just need to get started, so I need to do a lot of different things on this row. There's back posts, and there's popcorns and skipping stitches. So I need to make sure I skip the stitches I need to skip, and occasionally count a bit. So there we go. That's where we're making popcorns. This is not the row with plenty of popcorns, but these are popcorns in another row to create the more like garland-esque vibe, pulling a couple of rows together to make it more like the flowy shape that makes it look like a garland and like berries or something in between. Am I supposed to skip the first stitch or the last stitch? Skip the last stitch. This would be a variation of, well, this is a poncho uh, made out of a shawl pattern. The pattern is called Lost in Time, and it is a free pattern. There is a Facebook group that is like the designer's Facebook group, and I don't know if it's a tester or just someone that really enjoys making her patterns, made this poncho out of that pattern, like using that as a base, but just figuring out how to make the corners and the repeats work. And there is like an extra, like a PDF file in like the file archive or something in the Facebook group. So that's how I found this pattern, which is really nice. Well, and also since it's a free pattern and the designer did give her permission, it's really nice that it's shared so you can also do it if you want to. And I do like free patterns once in a while. I don't mind paying for patterns if I really, really like them, but free patterns are good. And I have made a shawl out of this in the past also. You only need one more subscriber to get 250 subscriber, Moonrose. That is awesome. Please go check out Little Moonrose's channel and become her 250th subscriber. That is a nice milestone to reach. She did drop the link with Nightbot's help and the keyword Sweden. We are now almost at midnight. You remember the Lost in Time shawl was huge a few years ago. Was it? Well, maybe. I wasn't here then. Well, I probably wasn't. I do have the actual shawl. I have made it. Where did I see it? I moved it around earlier. I made it in red and white. Oh. This really feels more Christmassy, and you do really see the garlands more. So I do have a shawl. Also, I don't think I'm gonna do like the original border part. I could do the border, but I don't know. I don't know if the poncho needs the border. I think it's pretty as it is, so we shall see. But that's what the border would look like, a little bit different. You wish you could say you're gonna go and watch a Christmas movie and decorate and eat? Gingerbread men. That sounds nice. You go do that. It was awesome to have you poke in here and say hi. Två, fyra, sex, sju. And I could count this time also. Thank you. So have all of you guys started to like throw out Thanksgiving and in with Christmas decorations yet, or too soon? Are you still like food comatized after all the turkey? I did get my Christmas decorations up here, which isn't a lot. Like I got the candles in the windows because it's just dark. I needed some light, so more lights in the windows. And I think that's pretty much the Christmas decorations I'm gonna do this year. Not gonna have a Christmas tree because I don't know. I did change the I don't want to say bedding because it's a couch, but I did change from white to the red fabrics on my couch. So I do have a Christmas red couch. Perhaps for next Christmas I will get some new curtains, but yeah, you guys know I just moved, so I don't have any curtains yet that fits these windows. But Christmas curtains will happen in the future. And apparently that's a very Swedish thing that you get Christmas curtains up. Very often red, and or patterns. So that is on the list for a future Christmas. Yeah, you have a good time, Rosie. You don't celebrate Thanksgiving. Nope, no, neither do I. We don't have Thanksgiving in Sweden. You don't decorate a lot for Christmas. You have a bunch of nativity scenes and some lights. Ta-da, all done. That sounds easy. I still have, well, still have and still have. There's always some type of Halloween decor all year round here. My kids love Halloween. So well, I do have my pumpkins that I made. They are currently on this row up there. I do have like a pumpkin candle light holder and like a skeleton candle light holder with just like electric tea lights in them. I have a wreath made out of like Christmas ornaments, but the Christmas ornaments are all like black, orange, silver, and the orange ones actually looks like pumpkins, but with that little, you know, ornament hanging part on top. You know, that little knob thing that's usually on the round ornament where you put the thread through. So it's all, proper Christmas tree ornaments that has been put on a wreath, just glued onto it, but in, Halloweeny color themes. So I do have that hanging on a wall at all times, pretty much, because just spooky season can happen at any time. Um, Especially when you have kids that loves to scare you, because that's a thing. The first thing that happens when it's time to say goodnight to Mini-Me is she crawls down under her blanket and hides, and you come in and say, "Is it time to say goodnight?" And she just like pops out and is like, "Boo! Did you get scared now?" Yeah, I got really scared. Every day I get so scared. Jump scare. Um, Life with a 4.5-year-old. They try to scare you. Well, Big Kid is also into scaring things. I don't know why. Why does my kids love Halloween? I can't blame him. It's an awesome time of the year. So, what I was talking about, I'm making the little popcorns that kind of singe together the garland piece. Maybe you can see it better here. The garland, the swoopy part here, and then the little popcorns. And that is what I am doing on this row now. So it's not the plenty of popcorns row, because we do have a couple of popcorns to make. But no, not this row. I did the popcorns earlier today though. The plenty of popcorns. But I don't hate making popcorns. I do not like puff stitches, which is very famous here. I don't like puff stitches, and then I do puff stitches because I like to punish myself. I don't know. I made a cardigan out of puff stitches. It was almost like a coat, but it was a long cardigan with sleeves and everything, and it was pretty much all puff stitches. We counted over 4,000 puff stitches. Cardigan is also known as puff stitch purgatory. Because why not? I keep making things with puff stitches even though I don't like making them. It's really weird. Popcorns I do like. I think one of the things with popcorns that is a little bit more satisfying, I feel like they're easier to make very even. Puff stitches, if you don't like keep a fairly good rhythm and pace, like tension may vary. Puff stitches may look different because of that. And popcorns are just easier to keep similar or same in size and just a little bit easier in that way. Also, it's pretty much just double crochets, um, which I do like to do, so can't complain when I make popcorns, even though they take time when you have full rows of them. That is for sure. So let's fill up my glass. Why not? Because I can do that. I'm not gonna go to bed yet. Nope, that's just not gonna happen. I'm gonna stick around for whoever wants to hang out with me, which is, I hope, a few of you at least. Thank you very much. You're awesome. And cheers. Because I know I'm not going to be able to sleep anytime soon anyway, even though I have to get up at a decent hour and go and hang out with Rita. Hopefully I get to visit her mom in the hospital, but that just depends on if her mom is feeling good enough for that. If she is not feeling good, which I'm not expecting her to feel good. She just had a stroke. Of course she's not going to feel good. But she might not be having enough energy for more visitors than Rita. So I'll at least go up there and say hi. But I will definitely take it as whatever it is, you know. If that's it, then that's it. Or I'll stay for a bit. That's incredible. You never thought of making a cardigan out of puff stitches. Yeah, 10 out of 10, I do not recommend. I don't know if I have any pictures to show that I can show decently, because now I can't share the screen and stuff, but I should probably have some pictures somewhere of this cardigan that I'm just not very happy about. There was so many things that I didn't appreciate about the cardigan. I don't like puff stitches. I don't like squares. I don't like sewing yarn tails. I don't like sewing. I'm not the biggest fan of solid colors. You know. And then I accept the project of making a cardigan out of squares, out of puff stitches, in solid gray. Like, what did I think? What made me do this? And it's got a hoodie, and it's a lot. It has buttons on the front. Can we see it? Yeah, there's plenty of different sizes squares. There's plenty of puff stitches. It was a lot. It looks awesome. I cannot lie in that, like, the original pattern, they use like cookie cakes, like those, like all these fun colors. So it does really look awesome in a color changing yarn. But when you're making it for someone else, it was commissioned. They get to, the final say in things. I can just come with ideas, and I showed a couple of patterns of cardigans, and I was kind of hoping that when we got like, oh, we're doing it in like not so bright colors, I was hoping for something like this at least, gray and white isn't, it's at least something going on. I want to say that the original pattern might have actually been made in this colorway with like greens, purples, a little bit of blues, which is my favorite colorway of this yarn. Um, but this, it's fun. Um, and I can definitely endure puff stitches when I have fun yarn. At least I have something. But I was hoping for this. Um, no, just solid, plain gray. Puff stitches. Plenty of squares. Plenty of yarn tails. Um, and somewhere back in my mind, call me crazy, but I did consider making it again for myself, but in a more colorful yarn. So even though I punished myself by making like 4,000 buff stitches, I was like, maybe I should do it again sometime. That, I want to say, is like showing how crazy I am. Just a little bit, like just a teeny tiny bit crazy, but that's definitely pointing in that direction. Possibly pointing in that direction. But hey, it would look awesome. So there's always that. I have been working a little bit on the blanket. We didn't talk about that blanket today. I have been working on a blanket for some time. It did go on pause January? Yeah. I was working on a blanket until like beginning mid-January, and then it got paused. And now I have picked it back up again because I have a very, very cold apartment, and that blanket has been perfect to hide underneath, like crocheting on the couch. Um, we can take a look because it is just right next to me. I don't know how much more I've made, but I know that there's a couple of here that probably hasn't seen it ever before. So, how about we just look at it for a quick second? And also talk about the fact that Black Friday shopping might have been a little bit about me making another one of these blankets. That's what I was thinking about when there was yarn ordered for from like that Black Friday purchase. We do have a quite large blanket. I'm gonna try and hold it up a little bit soon, but it is gray, gold, and purple, and it's like a trio blanket. I want to say it's called. And it's nice to work with 3 colors, not cutting yarn. I love that I don't have to cut the yarn. Francis Perkins, welcome in. I do not believe I've had you here. Happy to have you here. Sorry if you missed it. What are we working on? I like sitting and crochet with you. Talk about what you come to top of your head. It being a good idea. Okay, thank you. So I was making a poncho. We look at that in a little bit more. But the blanket, it's quite large. And now I have totes all over the place. Let's just move the chair back to over there, I want to say, is a good place to have it. Blanket. Okay, cords, tangles. Blanket is over there and over there wide. So I have one corner in each hand, and it's this wide. My arms are not enough. And it is from, at the moment, at the floor. And it folded itself. So at the floor up to, well, it's covering my toes, up to my chest. That's what we have size-wise. And that is what it looks like more up close. So it's just double crochets, 3 at a time. And just a chain in between. So skipping stitches, and then when you crochet the next round, this chain, you crochet over it so it is hidden inside the double crochets. You can see, especially in the yellow, you can see the purple chain stitched underneath here, or beside. Yeah, you can see them poking through. So it's easy to change color at the end of every row. Really nice. And I'm using mega balls for this, and the mega balls are humongous. Let's sit down. So I have them still individually wrapped in the plastic that they come in, but that's the size of the skein. And I used, well, I got 2 of each of these, so in total six mega balls that is going to be used for this blanket. So that's what we're doing with that. I have been really cozy underneath that when it's been really cold, hiding on the couch. So for Black Friday, I did order yarn thinking I'm going to make another one of those blankets, but it's going to be very different from that one, because this is a solid color from the beginning to end, or 3 solid colors. I'm going to spoil this. This is a spoiler for those who's going to watch the Black Friday haul later, because that's going to come at some point. We have a muffin cake. Muffin from Stenley Bulgarian yarn. These have, I want to say 2,000 meters. Yeah, 2,000 meters, 2,000 something yards. But it's a color changing, really big cone of acrylic yarn. And I want to use 3 of these. So they're fading from one side to the other. So it's just like a big ombre, but at the same time it's 3 different colors. So I'm going to use 3 of these cakes in 3 different colorways and make another one of those blankets in the future sometime. But that's going to be very interesting. The original pattern of this trio blanket is made out of, I want to say Sheepy's Whirls, but like 3 cotton cakes like this, or cotton acrylic blends, but just 3 ombre or, color changing yarn cakes. That was the original one. So I have seen plenty of them, like color changing ones. And then I just liked the pattern. It looked fun, so that's why I did it just in 3 solid colors. Because why not? Go back to what I was currently working on. I have a poncho out of Lost in Time's shawl pattern. So it's just a variation of a shawl pattern made into a poncho instead. This is what it looks like so far. We got lavender, dusty rose, baby blue, and then we're coming into a very bright aqua blue and a navy blue later on. I think this is going to look awesome. We do see a little bit of the really like bright aqua blue coming at the bottom here, so I want to say I'm probably halfway through the cake. But it's definitely going to be a few more days before this one is finished. So what are you guys doing? You see what I am doing. If you want to share, I can't show on, share my screen right now, but in the description box of this live stream, there is a link to my Facebook group. So if you want to share what you are working on, you can always post pictures there. And maybe next time I go live, I'm able to share what we're looking at there or working on. But I need to set some more stuff up for that to be able to happen. Unique Amazing Stripes, you're crocheting. Well, welcome in. Have you been lurking for a little bit, perhaps? Are you cozy in the scrap basket? How are you doing today? And what are you crocheting? Countdown to Christmas has started. Advent calendars is gonna be really fun. Oh, and technically, we're after midnight. I can do a little bit of a opening Advent calendar um, recording, perhaps even before I go to bed, because it's the 1st of December here now, 12 past midnight. But I'm not gonna open it on stream. I have prepared for Advent calendar opening videos. So that will happen. Hopefully every day. Fingers crossed that I can successfully do a video a day. Chilling since you ventured in the snow to support small businesses. So you're a little bit cold if you've been out in the snow. Then you definitely have some nice crochet chill time to, yeah, you deserve that if you've been out in the snow. I want snow. Do you have something nice and warm like hot cocoa, coffee, or tea or something also? Because you need that if you've been out in the snow. That just kind of is a must in a way. No, you you had your handmade cardi and mittens. I see. So you weren't that cold? And, mm, the first stitch after the popcorns is actually really tricky. Back posts behind popcorns, hidden, well, half hidden stitches. A little bit frustrating. Not really my favorite. Um, you did get stuck on a road and had to drive backwards down a hill. That isn't the most fun thing to do. Was it at least, not too bad traffic? Because that would make it even worse. Uh, no other traffic. Well, at least you had that. So I was just thinking. We did talk a little bit about my Puff Stitch Purgatory cardigan. Do you guys have a project that you just like never again? Anything that you've done and be like never again, or least favorite stitches? Like what are you staying away from when it comes to crocheted stuff? Because clearly I don't like puff stitches, but I still make them. I don't really like to make things that I have to sew. Like that's probably the biggest thing. And like amigurumis and things that has a lot of parts and a lot of sewing. Yeah, that's not a favorite. But also like granny squares, regular granny squares are boring. Am I the only one that feels like granny squares are boring? Plain, solid, just I don't know why. It's very relaxing because I can do like granny stitch and walk and not look, but they feel meh. Knitted socks. Yeah, second sock syndrome is a thing. I do feel like there's a lot of things that I only make them once and never again. I have a couple of shawl patterns that I have done a couple of times. But very often I feel like once I've done it, I might not do it again. You learn that the yarn makes the biggest difference with puff stitches. Well, yeah, that is also true. And crochet hooks can make a difference too. That I have seen more than a fair share of times that different crochet hooks makes a big difference. Like resin hooks, like the I have never tried furls hooks, but just hooks made out of resin or like plasticky hooks and acrylic yarn, that combination is squeaky galore. I don't know why, but it just I can't stand the squeaks, especially if you have a little bit of like a warmer, sweaty hand situation. Acrylics squeaky, that's just. So hooks really makes a difference. I do pretty much only use my tulip Edimos. I don't bring them on the bus though. I do have other hooks for going on the bus because I'd rather not lose these hooks. I don't have a lot of them. They are not cheap. I'd rather lose a cheap hook while out and about. Um, but still, no plasticky hooks for that. I do have, I don't know what I want to say it's a clover hook. Yeah, it's a clover hook. I have another one of these. This is not the one I bring with me, but this is 1.75, and I want to say I have 3.75 in the one that I have like in my to-go bag. And then I have, is it a Clover Amour 3.5 that I got to try it out. That one's also in that bag, but then I have just regular aluminum straight hooks. Nothing fancy at all. Those I dare to bring outside to the world. They are also very easy to replace because I did get them locally here in a store in town, so I wouldn't have to order online. I could just like get them the same day if I really needed to. Unless they're sold out, because of course that's, I don't want to say it's always a risk, but there's a risk. Let's see. Where am I at here? We are at there and we're at there and okay. I have passed halfway down this side. And then I have the whole other side of this row left. I didn't talk anything about the turtle in the bag. We can't see the bag, so we can't see the bag that has a turtle in it. I need to do that turtle before Christmas. It's a Christmas gift to my mini-me. So I need to finish that. I can't work on it when she's been home. That's why it's in a bag. But she's not home this week, so maybe this is Possibly the week I'll finish it, even though I feel like this poncho is high priority to be finished. But definitely Christmas gift for kids is also high priority because, well, there's a deadline. Christmas. um, I did have a deadline, kind of, on the shawl behind me over there because that one's going to be delivered this week. I need to block it. And then it's going to be delivered this week. Not sure what day, but that doesn't really matter because, well, it's finished. I don't have to stress about it. I did think about blocking it today. It just didn't happen yet. But I think that's going to happen like Monday, perhaps, possibly, because tomorrow I'm going to Rita's, so I'm thinking it might be a late night tomorrow if I stay at the hospital with her and her mom. For a bit, so I'm probably not going to be home that early, no. Which possibly just means that I'm going to come home and I'm going to sit down and crochet until I go to bed. Possibly I could get it on the blocking mats tomorrow, like before we go, but we shall see. But it will definitely be done in the beginning of the week. I think I'm gonna go Thursday to deliver it. Think that's the most likely day. So that had a deadline. The bunny kind of felt like it had a deadline. I'm gonna bring that tomorrow. And this one is high priority. Minime's turtle. We can get it out of the bag. Let's get turtle out. Is it in? I want to say it's in this bag. Yeah, we got a plushy turtle. A very squishy, soft turtle in pieces. We have, what do we have here? Here we have a head. So as you can tell, the turtle is gonna be quite a big turtle. This is head. And then we have fins. They're all in green. And then we have belly. And I'm gonna make a back also in this purpley color. I really like how this yarn is working up. It looks really, really pretty. And it's really soft. Mini-Me's gonna love it. I have made plushies for the kids in these types of yarn in the past. And they do like them. But she has been into turtles quite a lot lately. So it kind of feels a little extra to make her a turtle. Like specifically make her something that she's been talking about. I think it might have a little bit of a something to do with when we went to the Sew and Craft Festival or fair or whatever. There was a booth that was full of turtles in different sizes, and there was turtles that had like different colors. I don't even remember all of them, but there was one that had like a ice cream cone on the back, and like the shell was colored so it looked like ice cream, with like a little ruffly skirt at the bottom where the belly met like the top of the shell. Just a lot of different combinations. Blueberry one, it was blue and it had a little like the top of a blueberry, like on the back. There was a strawberry one. Just a lot of different combinations. I you don't necessarily think of like a blueberry turtle, right? So they were kind of fun, and they had kits so that they sold them so you can make your own, either like a baby or a big one. And she was just standing there petting them. I was like, yeah, no, we're not going to get one of those. I can make something at home. Like, I have yarn at home. And she just stood there and pet them like any kid would do. But it's like, yeah, no, I'll make her one. And I have yarn for it. So, she's getting a turtle. Because that's kind of what she asked for. Really? Um, just that hers is probably not as fun and exciting as like a blueberry one or the other ones. But it's special made for her. So, hopefully she's gonna be happy about that. Um, 6. Woo. Oh. Also, something else that we haven't looked at all. We have barely even touched the subject since I moved. Scrap basket. Well, we do have the scrap basket where my awesome lurkers are hanging out, and we do have the little scrap basket video, but we have not talked about, setting up to start making scrap baskets again, which is a little sad, to be honest, that I haven't just gotten the energy to do that. We do have all the scrap basket materials in the box that's just here that you can't see, because I did get that out to get a little bit of black scraps to finish the shawl. So I do know where the scrap basket material's at. And if you haven't been here before, now you can't really see it, but we have made scrap baskets out of my scrap cotton yarns in the past. And this is a kind of a community thing, or like a joint effort type of situation. What we do have is this scrap basket, and I crochet, you pick the colors. So all of this has been made with whatever you guys are deciding. It's 3 strands of cotton yarns at all times, and you say stop, and I cut the yarn, and then we vote for whatever is next color, and we get these awesome, really colorful, fun baskets, which we need to make more of, because I have more scraps that we need to work up. Also, I do like to have this standing in my cubby holes. It's perfect size for that, and it does really have a nice, purpose. This one is full of my 8/8 cotton yarns and some Fruta yarn, but it's made out of the 8/4 cotton yarns. So we need to start that up again, like really soon, because I really like doing that, even though there is issues with my hands when I do it, so we only do a little at a time. But we need to do more. Like, there's space here that I definitely could have a scrap basket to fill out. Like, over here, it's just a mess. You guys see the pretty yarns over here, but like over here, there's whips, there's things, yeah, you do see a little bit of the mess. So, it would definitely look better with a couple of scrap baskets. And there is scraps. So, yeah, I think that should happen sooner rather than later. At least that I have it set up so that when I go live, we can do some scrap basket funsies. Even though it was a little easier to do it like every Sunday in the past. But at least to be able to do it whenever we are here should be a good start, I'd say. Otherwise, it's gonna take forever before I have another scrap basket to fill out a cubby hole with. And we do have a start. We did start one. I don't know how far we got on it, but we have started one. So, it's not too hard to set it up, to be honest. I don't know if I have the tray I used to have all the yarns on. If I don't have that tray, I might have to find another tray, but that's pretty much it. That I would need a tray. And maybe do a little bit of sorting and dealing with some possible yarn tangles because it's been just tucked away and probably tangled a bit in transport. But that is that's easy. Or it should be, I think. Soon at the end of this side, but still a long way to go to finish this row. I like the blue in this. It's not too much, even though like the blue is a very bright blue compared to the muted colors and the more like ombre gradient we get with these other colors. But it's not too much. It is a bright blue, but it's, you know, changing one strand at a time, and it is 4 strands. And I think that's what saves it a little bit, or like, yeah, it fades more gradual, and I think it might have been too much if it was more of a solid break, you know? And it is next to a baby blue, so the baby blue is maybe toning it down a little bit. I like it. I like it more than I thought I would, but I did know I liked it. Just looking at the colors, they looked really fun to work with. But definitely looks better than I imagined. Which makes it extra nice, right? I'm looking at the mess of a yarn barf that's next to me here. That is some time to fix. That cake totally just collapsed. No joke. It didn't want to hang around. I guess it was a little bit jealous because I said I have 4 cakes. Some of them are just, even more cakes since I cut them for color controlling and factory knots. But all the other cakes I have used in the past and like re-caked when I frogged them. So that was the only one that was still like, as it was from purchase, right? And maybe it was jealous of the other ones. Those cakes are prettier. Don't know. Whatever the issue is with this one, it needs to be dealt with before Mini-Me comes home, which is Friday, so I have quite some time to fix it, but that's not going to be there for more than a day because it just bothers me right now. It's bothering me too much. I will have to do something about it. I might even start a little bit when I say goodnight to you guys, just because it's bothering me so much. But if it takes too long, I'm gonna have to put it down and go to bed. And there we go. Three, fyra, fem, sex, sju. Två, tre, fyra och fem. And there we go. How many stitches am I supposed to put in the corner? In the corner, I'm supposed to do 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets. Pretty standard corner. And quite a lot faster than all these back posts, because they are slow to work. Front posts are way faster than back posts. Do you guys memorize your patterns? Like, do you have to look at patterns often, or once you've done a couple of rows? Like, do you remember what you're supposed to do? Like with easy like repeater patterns, I'm definitely the one to be able to memorize them. And with this, there is a repeat, but there's like repeat. Is it row 9 to 21? I think. So I'm not like memorizing the whole repeat itself, but now I have done it how many times? We have, you know, I'm on the third section where I'm doing, if you're thinking these as the section with this meshy part and then the section with like the garlands. That's how I see it. And yeah, so this is the third time I'm doing this row. And it is a little bit, like I have to look at the pattern, like what's the row supposed to be. But then I kind of know, because I, you know, slowly memorizing bits and pieces. Depends on the complexity of the pattern. Well, yeah, I guess that's a good way to describe. With, you know, like a virus shawl, I don't even have to look at a pattern right now. Like I can pick up a yarn cake and I can just start to make a virus shawl. Because I have done, no, I don't want to say I've done plenty of them, but I've done enough to memorize it to the point where I just know what to do. Same with like a granny square shawl or like granny stitch. That is probably one of the easier things you can do. The Kriya shawl, I definitely have like the Kriya shawl pretty much memorized. I do need to look at the tutorial or just follow it to make the beginning because it is a little bit of a, I don't want to say different beginning, but it is, um, you just have to make sure you get it right to at the start, and then it just from there it's easy. Wait, what am I doing here? 2, 4, 6, 7, 2, 4, 6, 7. I should wing it more often. Like, not saying that I don't wing it, but I've made a bunch of things, like my own creation, my own pattern, and I should get all of those down on paper so I can share it with you guys. But sometimes I feel like a little bit of a chicken when it comes to like my own creations, just because I always second guess my thing, anything really. And that's just, I guess, how I am, that I second guess everything. Like, is this good enough? Is it, I don't know, but that's just, and it might be hard to imagine because you guys see me making all these things. There's plenty of things behind me that I made, and I still am very, like, I guess, anxiety and just self doubt. I second guess everything, pretty much. Following patterns is easy. Um, so I do often just fall into the like following patterns things rather than making my own patterns. And I think that's a big part of it. Why my patterns are not on paper. Because I just don't know if they're good enough. There's so many designers out there that's really talented and really good at writing patterns. And I cannot say that the writing part is one of my strong sides. But I can definitely say that I am pretty proud of some of the things I have made. It's more like my pattern writing skills on, the paper part. That just is a big thing that just is hard to tackle, I guess. Like right off the bat, like I have a dress I could write a pattern on. Is there 2 shawls I made that I should get on paper I do have a shawl pattern published. I do have my sunflower coasters published, but those are also available as like a video tutorial. Well, at least the sunflower coasters is available as a tutorial. I was thinking for a while that maybe I should just get like make tutorials instead of writing the patterns, but it feels like a big thing to make a full tutorial. And how many rows is a shawl? Like how much, like I don't know, make it into one video is not possible. Like 6 hours video of tutorial. Small videos for each row, is that the thing? I don't know. So many options, so many possibilities. Not enough time, and it takes away from my crochet time. Sounds very like egotistical in a way, saying that I don't have time to make a pattern to share my makes with other people, but crocheting is my therapy. And some days I just need to crochet a lot. You might be able to relate. I don't know. But it is my calm spot. Crocheting, crocheting, and then crocheting a little bit more. Even though it's sometimes very tricky and not always very fun. But sometimes you just need to persevere and make it into something awesome, right? And I think that yarn cake is eyeing me a little bit too much at the moment. So I am actually going to try and wrap this live up because we need to end it also. It was a little tricky in the beginning with the whole trying to figure everything out, but I also need to figure out how to end it because, well, Streamlabs is the first time I'm using it. It's gonna be interesting, right? But I'm gonna say goodnight. I hope you had some fun time with me today. I had plenty of fun with you. Thanks for all the thumbs up. Thanks for just spending some time with me. Just awesome as always. And I hope to see you guys here soon. Advent calendar will be coming up soon because it's already the 1st of December here. So I need to open that one, the one on top, because that one has a number 1 on it, and record that. And I'm gonna make sure that it's uploaded tomorrow. So I hope you're as excited as I am to see what's in all of these. Because the only thing I know is that it's yarn related or crochet related. There's possibly, a pair of socks, knitted socks. And something in one of them that is making noises. It could be like a little box of stitch markers or something, but there was something like rattling or yeah, something. The first one, I have no idea though. But yeah, good night, Tam. Good night, everyone. or good day, good evening, good afternoon, maybe even good morning, wherever you're at. Let's see if I can roll the outro and just figure out how to just say goodnight, right? Bye for now. Mwah. Love you, and just have an awesome rest of your day.